My role involves training young drivers, spending time in the car with them, encouraging them to avoid bad habits, leading by example, so demonstrating how to use banksman, for example, if you're squeezing into a tight parking space. We also outsource some driver training to an external company, and they're able to focus on particular aspects of their role, such as driving in busy seaside towns, areas where there's a high risk of accidents. I've had this vehicle for about 2 years now. Throughout that time I've clocked up about 70,000 miles, so I do a fair amount of driving with my role, both on motorways, small country lanes, inner cities, busy seaside towns. Particularly on motorways, I've observed many accidents over those 2 years, some quite harrowing scenes, puts a chill down your spine. It's quite sobering to see those.
When you're in an impact in a car, there are 3 collisions. The car hits something, your body hits something within the car if you're not strapped in, and then there's your vital organs inside your body which continue momentum within you. You're a frail thing inside a metal box, and if you don't drive safely and sensibly, you're just as likely as anyone to become either injured or killed within an accident.
The RNLI's driving safely campaign is incredibly important. We are concerned that one of our small incidents could one day be something more serious. A driver's biggest enemies is distraction. They're young, inexperienced drivers, surrounded by technology, mobile phones, sat-navs, exuberant people in the back seats, so they can definitely lose concentration.
Currently I'm in the Community Safety Task Team, so my involvement is involved around Safe Drive Stay Alive initiative, which is targeted at young and inexperienced drivers. It involves trying to empower younger drivers to make the decisions that can affect their life and change their lives.
We try to encourage a culture of shared responsibility, so it's not just the driver but also the passengers in the car that are taking responsibility for that journey going well. To not be afraid to speak up. Your action could save a life.
It does have a massive impact on the people around you, your loved ones. It's like a ripple in a pond. The effect would be continuous. It goes through them and then on to next generations. Whilst we realise that younger drivers are statistically more likely to be involved, this doesn't say that older people won't be as badly affected by road traffic collisions.
With experienced drivers, their biggest enemy is complacency. As you become more confident, you're tempted to perhaps speed, not pay full attention to the road.
It's important that drivers take into account the conditions that they're driving in at the time and drive within their capabilities. Obviously, if it's wet, you need to reduce your speed. Again, in icy conditions, foggy conditions, make sure that you've got your lights on, and also make sure your vehicle's in a good roadworthy condition and make sure it's been MOT'd and tested and serviced.
My advice to anyone who's tired and thinking about making a journey would be to stop and think, is that journey really necessary? Is there an alternative? Perhaps book accommodation for the night or even pull over and just have a nap. I think we're all guilty of complacency at times, and the more miles you do, the higher that risk.
I've been driving for 30 odd years without a serious accident, and so I didn't even think of the possibility.
My advice to drivers within the RNLI would be to drive sensibly and safely, as I would for anybody else, but also, for example, if they're responding to an incident, if they're turned into a lifeboat station, for example, to be mindful of what they're doing at that time, concentrate on the driving and actually getting to their station, and not start thinking about the incident they're going to deal with before they get there. Just concentrate on what you're doing, be focused on the drive, and make sure you get to the station, and then you can then start thinking about your procedures and what your operations might be after that. If you're driving down the road and an accident happens right in front of you, you know that you were probably seconds away from being involved in that accident yourself, and just by pure chance you've escaped possibly death or a serious injury, but some poor person in front of you has been subject to that trauma.